Hello and welcome to the next episode. Now we have been going on the offensive now and we are targeting the first base of the aliens in the asteroid belt. So we are going for Apasia, where we are going to be greeted by a huge alien fleet, which we have to fight. So that's going to be in a few seconds. But what I want to talk about is, now last time we found an initiative agent, and I actually decided that we are only going to greet it with two of our agents here, so that we can see if there's actually anything we can do before we waste all our actions on this. Instead we go to ground a bit, just to get the visibility from, for example, the servants of our neck here. What I noticed in between is that the initiative has 450,000 money, which is a really huge amount, but they lack metals, so that might be an angle for us to bribe them. So if we can give them a little bit of metals for relations, that would be ideal, because then they get out of their boost deficit, but they also would get more active again in regards to being able to do stuff. And as you know, they are the dominant force on Earth behind us here, so they have all the other superstates under control. And we want to prep them up, because I think they are the only considerable, the other fighting force we can engage with. Also, they have 80 projects, which means they have really good research speed. So if we can bribe them up, that would be awesome. So we are going to try this and befriend them, because then we have all the other factions which are super weak on the other side and at war with us, but the initiative likes us. So that would be ideal. So now we commit here to their face, and probably, yes, we arrived. We are going to make a station here. Chikuma station is going to immediately... Do we do an immediate upgrade? Maybe not, because we want a space dock here. And then we do just another fusion pile here. And when this one has finished, we upgrade it into an orbital, if necessary. Because if we only have to refuel, then we do this, we don't repair here, then we, in worst case, we just fly back to Mars and refuel there. We have good drives now. So yeah, the next question is, what do we do with the fleet now here? We could just hit them head on. Likely to escape. Interesting. 208 fuel. We could burn that in escapes if we want to. So, do we try it? I think we do. Because, I mean, the problem is that they have 4 Titans here with mech cannons, so they punch really hard. And then the other problem is, of course, the large amount of Dark Grave battleships which have the plasma on it. So we have to be very careful with those, but we can do our typical maneuvers again, so that we escape by flying, by doing the Parthian maneuver again, flying backwards, and therefore split up the formation. Maybe we can pick out all the small ships first. That would be ideal. So let's see if they actually want to fight us.
Silent.
Yeah, they don't want to, so we are going to burn their fuel here. Go.
Going off the grid.
And now they fly to our station here, which means that we are going to go back there as well. So we are flying to our Chikuma station here. Before they do, let's see.
Contact.
Okay, can we bribe them?
Need a taste of your own medicine.
Okay. Do it again.
Establishing contact.
And then we have another one here.
Meatheads need a taste of your own medicine.
A little bit more fat rate. Okay. So we have to continue this until we know if we can actually befriend them. Okay, so engage. Now they don't want to. That was obvious. But now they have moved out. And we can actually try to engage them again, because they are now at our station or really nearby. It doesn't cost us a lot of fuel, actually nothing, because they are still there. So that's ideal. Yeah, we are going to burn their fuel here. We just have to do this a few times. Unlikely to escape already by now. That's good. Come on. No? What? Still no? Okay. Oh, that's another fleet. Okay. And offensive action here. Ah, we are still out of order. What? They're flying away? I don't want to burn that fuel there. Huh. I mean, we could chase them. Do we want that? Because if they... No, I don't think that's working. Because if we chase them now... I mean, the change for chases have been changed. So the how it's called, the cruise velocity here, acceleration, is used for the calculation for this, and ours is currently, I don't know, what is ours? 38, so it's a little bit lower than theirs. So we wouldn't catch them if we want to. They would try to escape again. Risk. I don't like that this fleet is flying away there. So where is that? Is it also somewhere in the asteroid belt? Yeah, it's also somewhere in the asteroid belt. Okay, we are going to let them. We are going to let them. We are going instead... You take out the station. Yeah, we're going to take out the station. And then we have to get Marines over here. Yeah. So the Chikuma station is basically pointless now. Because we are going to fly back to Mars now immediately. Okay, so let's take it out. Engage. Start. I mean, these battles are really, let's call it, boring, more or less. But we could still micromanage them then anyway. Just to make sure that we are not going to get hit by every projectile here. So something like this. We just do a little bit of wibbity wobbity here. And then target like this. So that the plasma shots from the station will not hit us right away. And of course we are going to do a manual fight here. Or maybe we did the maneuvers a bit too early. Oh no, we didn't. Our mech shots are already on its way. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's easy with the plasmas. Oh, okay. I'm taking that back. Maybe we shouldn't have done these maneuvers. Okay. I'm used to using only siege coils, not that many phases, so compared to my other campaigns we have a massive amount of phases here. Interesting that it was this easy. We destroy it. And... Wow! 0.25 exotics. Yay. Okay, and now... If we go back to Mars now... For weeks... No, actually we are going to stay at Chikuma Station. And just refuel there. And then fly to the next station. Because if we fly away here, there's a chance that they're going to send something like one frigate just to take out our Chikuma station here. And that would be annoying, so we just fly there now. And wait for the thing to finish, the space dock. The space dock is 6th of August actually. Okay, that's annoying, so what we can do is supply deeper, that's faster. 30 days, so yeah, we can just do this. Right? Yes, we can. 24th of July. Yeah, that's okay. So basically we have to wait 1 month, and then we can refuel, which is the only thing we need to do, because if we took damage, it's barely. Maybe 1 or 2 plasma shots, if at all. And we can already consider what to do next now. So they are running away, but they are running to Cobalt Shield Station. So, and Cobalt Shield Station has a few fleets there. Wouldn't it be funny if we arrive there faster than they do? Yeah, I think that would be funny. So let's see. Let's go there again. So they arrived there at 26th of November. Yeah, that's a very long time from now. So what we could actually do is fly there, take everything out, and maybe they get stranded there. I think they do still have a lot of fuel, so they should be fine, but they will arrive there and there's nothing left. So I think that's a good idea. So we could take out the Cobalt Shield Station and everything on the asteroid afterwards, or as the next one. Which means now we have to solve the marine question here. We do have 4 marines here available already. Then we do have this one here. And we do have others which are flying back to Mars already. Yes. We do need... how much though? So Chikuma here. This base has around 400 marine strength, so we should bring like 500. Around 500 should be fine. And that means we need to wait a bit until those are done. We are going to get 3 more in the next 20 days and then we jet them over there. So each of them is 50, right? If I remember correctly. This one has 50. Yeah, we do have 4 available already. Let's call them new marines. So we have 4 available. A 5th one is on one of the Mars moons. So 250 plus 3 that are finishing. So that's 400. That's not enough. We need a bit more, actually. How does it work? How exact does it have to be? Maybe it's already enough if we have like 10 or 20 excess. Not 100% sure. But we could also just do a few reserve constructions here. Like this. Get those done. We lack nobles currently. So that's why I stopped all the other construction for the moment. Yeah. We are going to jet forward here. Speed forward. We are going to refuel, get the marines collected on Mars, and then we go for the asteroid here, Hespasia, and take the first alien base out. And then we jet over to the next asteroid with our main fleet and continue the fun there. Okay, we are going to invade the first base here. So I have moved over 450 strength of marines, so that's 9 of our ships here, which we can now think of as the magic number that we need to invade bases, because that's apparently their average strength. And with 450 we can defeat the 400 or 380 they have. And now let's see where the aliens are and what's the situation actually on
I think
Earth.
we had a breakthrough.
So...
I will help them.
Oh, also the fleet arrived on Pluto. Nice. So we're also going to pick this one. And let's see what we do have here on the Cobalt Shield Station and fleet. They run away again. Interesting. So we are going to attack this and make our own station here right away. So now that we learn that these stations are not a threat at all, we are going to just fly forward here and watch the fireworks. I assume they have... Oh, they don't have a plasma anymore. Oh, that's a debuff for them. Actually, when did that get changed? So as soon as we are in range, these ones are toast. Interesting. Which means that you can much easier defeat battle stations now, because they do not have plasmas anymore. That's an interesting change. Okay. Easy. And now we are going to make... Why can't we make a station there? Ah, because we have to destroy it first. Yes, right. Yes. That's just construction. There we go. Base is dead. We make our own platform there. And we are going to do... This time we're going to do a space dock right away here. And also a supply depot. So we can split up the actions. And we're probably not going to need an orbital here. Okay, and now we wait for our Marines to finish. Wait a second, wasn't there... Wait. Wasn't there a fleet? Yes, there's a fleet. Okay. Shouldn't be able to escape, right? Yes. Do we want to set a plasma? Nah. Done. There we go. So easy. And walk back to station. And we wait there until we are healed. Or rather, our space dock is done. And our Marines here, now let's see what they will do. You join this club there. Ooh, yeah. Recovered avian alien corpse. We have successfully retrieved the body of one of the creatures we have nicknamed Griffins. A preliminary assessment confirms that it's an entirely different species to the aliens first encountered on Earth. As different from them as we humans are from, say, a dragonfly. Indeed, so thin and hollow are these alien bones, it seems unlikely it even originated from the same planet as the other aliens. Most probably it hails from a far lower gravity environment, which would also explain how rarely this particular species has been sighted on Earth. While the bone structure ugly invites comparison to avian life in our world, hence the designation Griffin, the similarities end there. This creature is, in very sense of the word, alien. Oh, we also got a live one. Having recovered and performed initial assessment of a living Griffin creature, we have no doubt that this is a true species. An obvious intelligent glints in the otherworldly eyes, but also what looks for all the world like fear. Despite its grotesque appearances, it seems strangely cowed, even differential to the presence of humans, flinching when we draw near and showing no objection to any request we make of it, those few that it understands at least. This behavior would suggest that the creature is accustomed to following orders. Whatever place the Griffin occupy in the alien hierarchy, it's surely not one of leadership. So, the most important thing is we got a little bit of resources here and 2.6 exotics, which is enough to make another ship, I guess. Ah no, the laser titans require 6. Meh. But most importantly, that's why I'm curious and that's why I'm showing it, is that we now, for the first time since a long time, see where the alien agents are. And as we can see, all of them are currently on Humir. So nothing is left on Earth, which is really good for us. Because that means that we don't have to deal with any kind of alien infiltration on Earth itself. And it also means that there is no alien facility left on Earth. Because then we would see it now, because we get into the spy network. But this also means that the servants are not currently flipping anything to the alien nation. I think the only thing they have left is actually here the West African community, which I don't really want to invade because they have a few barrages here which could damage us significantly. But we could consider actually breaking this one and then hope that the African Union here with the initiative just takes it over. That would actually be something worth investigating because we don't have much to do anyway, so why not? So we do just public campaign and then flip it to our control, just to weaken the servants even further. But yeah, so that was the first station. And now the... where are you? New Marines here. We have to see... we are not going to automatically repair. Yes, we can do these things. That's good. 22 days. Yeah, that's fine. We do this and then we fly to Loto, or what it was named. Loto orbit, yes. Take out that base there. And afterwards, we are going to repair offensive action there as well before we fly to the next asteroid. And of course there will be eventually a big fight in the asteroid belt because the large fleet can't run away forever from us here. Ooh, what's that? They're flying somewhere. Okay. Obsidian Protector Station. Ah, Lutetia here. Oh, that is a fleet. That's a fleet. Yeah, eventually they will stop running away. But right now, that's exactly what they do. And we have more ships finishing up on Earth, actually. So we do have 3 more Titans finishing up there. And we currently have... these 2 are there. So we have 2 here and 5 here. So we have 7 Titans on Earth itself, which is not that much, but fine. We are going to select... I'm going to collect the fleets over here. So yeah, we see that 30 is a pretty good amount to deal with all fleets that we have to face. Because we can do these kind of retreat maneuvers. But we didn't fight with 30 yet, right? We fought the big battles on Earth with that kind of fleet. I still think that 30 is a good amount. So we're going to hunt everything with that one. What we might want to consider is making a group of 10 Titans. And then try to hunt down smaller fleets. So if the aliens are flying around here in the asteroid belt, like for example this one here, which is actually flying to Aspasia, which we just took out, that we just hunt this one down. So let's actually see how that would look like if we use this fleet here and then intercept these guys. Yeah, we don't need to rush this, so 2.6 weeks is a bit much, but 5 weeks here, 200 KPS, that sounds fine with me. So we start hunting down small groups with our secondary fleet so that we can generate more exotics more quickly now. And the main fleet with the 30 Titans will continue its stroll through the asteroid belt to take out their initial bases there. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to wait for the other 3 to arrive, and then we just fly towards that group. There's 1 ship finishing and 3... we can actually wait for this one to finish as well, and then we just get started and fly there. On that, we don't need to wait 16 days. So we can just wait 3 days here.
Order is returning.
And
the people will come to our side.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Nice. Now that's the Marines here.
The situation remains chaotic.
come on. There we go. And take me there. You fly to the shipyard. And you do it fast now. Like this. And then we wait for the others to arrive. Okay, so we are going to join this fleet here. Refuel, please. Then we wait for the other Titan to arrive. Come on, come on, come on. Join. Refuel again. And now... Oh, we have to find that fleet again. Where is it? Where are you? This one, right? Yes, this one. Perfect. So we are going to send our intercept force hunting down small groups of alien fleets. And we don't need to... Yeah, 5 weeks. Sounds perfect. And then we can see where we are and where we want to fly to. And we are going to continue hunting stuff down here. Because we want exotics as fast as we can now. As much as we can. Because we need them. But yeah. This is going to be a little bit of a slow process now, because we always have to, like, 5, 6, 7 weeks of flying, then 30 to 60 days for repairs and refueling, because we have to make an orbital station again. And then we fly to the next asteroid. I think we have like 4 or something left here in the asteroid belt. I think we are already getting closer. There's Lutetia here, there's Patroclus over there, and they both have massive fleets, if I remember correctly. No, Patroclus is weak, actually. And so that's not a huge amount of asteroid bases, but it's still something we have to do. We can see the conditions here. We do Earth is fine, Mercury is fine, Venus is fine. There is the lunar bases of the Protectorate, which we can invade whenever we want to. There is something on Ceres, which we have to take out from the Protectorate, okay. And then... Actually, that's the... Interesting. Jupiter, Saturn... Okay, asteroid belt is not a condition. Which means we want to actually prepare... Let's do this before I make a time skip. So, we see that there is a massive fleet here in the asteroid belt on Lutetia. Where are you again? There. Lutetia has this huge fleet here. And we are not exactly fond of fighting this, because it's dangerous, because we could lose Titans if we make a mistake in the fight. Of course, we could re-roll the fight and do it again, but the other alternative would be to actually fly to Jupiter already soonish and get started there. We don't need to fight everything there, but we just fly to something like Ganymede or something. Oh no, Callisto is the outer lying one. So Callisto, and try our best there. We just need to get the station up, defend it, take out those fleets which are here, which we can pick off one after the other if we are lucky. I mean, they have big amounts of stuff here. That would panic them, actually. If we fly here, that would probably force a reaction. The big problem is that if we fly to Jupiter, we are removing our massive defensive fleet power from the inner solar system, which is risky. So I'm not a huge fan of that, as long as we don't have another 30 Titan defensive fleet here. Which means we need to get more exotics quickly to actually be able to defend in case their 100 plus ship fleet from the asteroid belt is moving out again. And we know that we scared off another fleet which was flying away from Aspasia, what it was called. Aspasia? Picumar? Aspasia, yes. So that fleet is still flying away from there, somewhere. Here, this one. We shouldn't forget this one either, because that's still 78 ships. A lot. Yeah, we have to deal with this one as well. So there's still a lot of stuff to do in the asteroid belt before we can move out I definitely want another 30 Titans before we can split up properly. And we are in total at 29 plus 11, so 40, 42. Which means 18 are left to do. And although we started up a new future tech materials here, which is going to get us exotics again, we are going to get a lot more than last time due to the fact that we have built all these nanofactories en masse. But yeah, actually we can stop here. We also don't need the antimatter beam core anytime soonish, and we can also stop here. So we push everything into future tech materials here now. But this would still lead to, as we can see here, that 23rd of February, 22nd February of 2098. So that's in 3 years actually, 2.5 years. So that's not anytime soon. Because despite 90% research bonus that we got again, this is still, yeah. We might want to consider actually switching out some orcs again to get a material science bonus. Just for that purpose. Because if we can pull it 1 year earlier, like this one here. Oh, 3%. Okay, forget about it. 3% isn't anything I'm interested in. But it gets us economy and ops bonuses. Maybe. I'm going to investigate my orcs again to see if we can do something in that regard. And if we can somehow speed up the process now. Because the only thing that is limiting us is exotics and nobles when we get back to making ships again. Okay, here we are, and we have cleaned up a few alien stations in the asteroid belt, for example Patroclus over here, from which the Marines are currently transferring away. There was also the other ones we talked about earlier. So for example, Chikuma Aspasia is cleaned, then the Floater is cleaned, and Patroclus is cleaned. And now we fly to the Den of Evil, let's call it like this. We are flying to Lutetia, which is the last big stronghold here. We arrived now, so that's why I chimed in here. And actually, oh, we flew to low orbit. That's not what I wanted actually, because I want to make a station first in high orbit here. By the way, a few ships have already flown away and flying to Jupiter or flying somewhere else. I'm intercepting those which are flying through the inner solar system. Let's go to high orbit actually. So let's go there. And for example, what we can see here is that there is this fleet here, which came from Lutetia. And we are intercepting it here. There was another fleet, two fleets actually, which were flying to the left here, which we intercepted with our 8-ship force here. Sadly, we didn't really get a lot of exotics there. What's that? Ah, yeah, this one is also still existing. Yeah, we have to intercept this one as well eventually. But yeah, so we now have the honor to actually go for the big chunk. But let's get the first station down. There we go. So we first make our platform here. And as usual, we do the supply depot and the space dock here. And that's it. And now we can see what we can do here. So do we want to go for the fleet or do we want to go for the station here? Not sure if they will try to fight. They will try to fight because they can't escape because of their slow ships here. So the question is, what do we do here? There are a few Dark Graves left, which have plasmas here. Obsidian Fury here. Also some Dark Wanderer cruisers which have plasma. In general, it's just a lot of ships, which is the problem here. And we are fighting, of course, on the maximum size of battles, which is 90. So we would fight 30 against 60 here with another 70 in reinforcements, which means we actually have to be careful here. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to attack the fleet directly, so not the station. And maybe we can burn their fuel. So we are going to do a retreat
Public
maneuver again,
sentiment is increasingly with us.
as usual. So engage. They're going to try to fly away, which is interesting, but they will probably... So they wasted a bit of fuel here, which is not really a big deal for us, though. Yeah, we have to... I have to be very careful here, because this could go sideways very quickly against 60 ships. 133 ships, so 60 on the other side. The only good thing is that they are actually facing away from us, so... Are we there? Yes, they are. Okay, so they are facing away. And we are still going to... no, we are stuck on this noise again. Let's do this quickly here. No, we have to do the maneuver already. So we can't... We have to enjoy the sound effect for a second. And... So we're going to do this at the start here. And see what they will do. Come on, stop the noise of the... radiators here. Okay, what are they doing? Are they not flying? Oh. They're actually trying to escape. Okay, so this was a mistake here. This was a very big mistake. So formation flying, please. We are going to turn around. This was fuel. That was expensive now. No, wait a second. There's something changed. Okay, someone is flying around. What's going on? I'm confused. So let's do something like this for the moment. And see what exactly happens here. Probably it's the small ships which are trying to fight us, right? Yeah, it's the small ships that are trying to fight us, okay. And now... no, it's the whole fleet turning around now. Okay. Interesting. What's going on here? So we are going to... Let's say we make something like a curve here. Hopefully they are not getting too close here and get into collision danger. Oh, we should slow down here. So who is actually in range? It's we should also go to attack posture again. It's mostly the corvettes. Okay, this is not dangerous though. Okay. So actually this maneuver is probably a good idea. Yeah, we do have some ships which are in collision range and problems, so that was too tight from a collision perspective. What is there? So I think something is bugging out with this, with the graphic effects here. And also we don't have music anymore. Yeah, that's a weird glitch in the graphic effects here apparently. That's definitely not supposed to happen. And... yeah, maybe I should restart. Also, we don't have music. Why don't we have not music? So, where's the music gone to? The big problem are now these ships here. Which have split off. So actually what I'm going to do here is... I'm going to wait until these ones are dead. And then I'm going to surrender here and battle. So that we just go back to the station and we engage anew. So that's real weird. Something bugged out apparently. Yeah, okay, so we are going to surrender here. There we go. And it's over. Perfect. We We didn't lose anything, right? No, we didn't. But at least we already took out a big chunk of the corvettes here. Well, not actually that much. But still, 5 exotics, some promotions. I'm not going to complain. The only problem of that was it was very fuel intensive. So, there we go. And now they are going for station. So we have to fly back to our station here. And how much is coming to us there? Are you kidding me? It's only the small ships. Okay, I have to restart to get rid of the graphic glitches. And then we fight this. Or do we fight it on the next episode? It's already quite late. Actually, let's fight this on the next episode. So we are going to continue, and if we get this one resolved, which is probably going to be a few fights, we have defeated the main base of the alien here in the asteroid belt. So we can talk about this for a second before we head off into the next episode. So when Lutetia has fallen, there is basically nothing left. I think there is one more minor station somewhere. Let's see. I think there was one in the outer system left. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw something earlier. Nothing here as well. And here? I mean, this is Lutetia. Yeah, this is Lutetia. And... no. So that's the last station they have in the asteroid belt. Which means if we get this resolved next episode, we are going to prepare the Jupiter expedition. So hopefully we do get enough exotics here for making more ships, because we still need a lot more ships. We are also intercepting the remnants here in the inner solar system. And they are of course also moving stuff to Jupiter already. As we can see here, there's stuff flying towards Jupiter, which is mostly like motherships and dreadnoughts and whatever. A lot of capital ships, they have moved away from Lutetia actually. It's not like there is not a lot left, but these things are flying home here and are going for Callisto. So we are going to see them in 1 or 2 episodes again when we fight us through Jupiter here. But yet, in general, the aliens have now switched to a runaway tactic because they are scared like crazy. We can, one last thing, we can check out how much they have left. So we are down to 970 chips. We have to still take out, which is still, of course, a lot. But as we can see here, they are running away. So we are fighting here. There's also the 78 ships which we didn't fight in the first station, first asteroid, which are now soon arriving in May on Lutetia. So there's going to be another battle then. But that's all the movement there is currently. So they are really scared, and they have started to make new bases in Callisto and the asteroid belt, not asteroid but on Jovian system, to replace the bases they lost in the asteroid belt. But this is of course only a temporary measure because we are going to come for them very quickly. And we already have Marines on their way to Lutetia as well, so that we can take them out. But we also have a new Marine fleet here, the asteroid Marines here on Mars, which we could, for example, send to Jupiter as soon as we have a fleet for that. But we are still lacking exotics like crazy. So we do have 3 Titans under construction currently. Yeah, 3 Titans, that's all. That's all we are constructing currently due to the lack of resources. And what I changed in research here is a bit that I push harder into the materials tech to get the exotic reward from this. And I'm actually considering to also remove this one. So then we are down to March already. And if I were to do this, yes. I think we are going to focus only on this one so that we get the exotic reward pretty fast. So in the next episode, because that will probably be like 15, maybe 20 exotics that we get with one go, which would be massive already to boost our ship production again. Because all the other resources, as we can see, are no longer a problem. It's purely an exotic problem now. So, yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in the next episode, where we are going to finish up the asteroid belt and probably already head out to Jupiter. And from then on, it will go very quickly downhill from the aliens. If we break the Jovian system, we have I would say one very quickly afterwards. Of course, the main problem we have to face is that where is the alien main base? Haumea here. So Haumea here is of course heavily defended by a lot of ships. There's 26 capital ships currently sitting around, a lot of motherships as well with Titans and everything. But of course, until we reach this one, we are also going to have a lot more capital ship on our side, because Haumea will be the last one we take out. Before that happens, we are going to take everything else out. So that will be Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and then the few asteroid bases they have spread out everywhere else. But that will go quickly as soon as we reach those systems. So, yeah. See you in the next episode.